Many months ago, Kari Lake actually conceded liability in a defamation lawsuit that was filed against her by a man named Stephen Richer. Now, Mr. Richer is a Republican. He is the Maricopa, Arizona County Recorder. So he helps run the elections in Maricopa County. And following her humiliating defeat in the 2022 gubernatorial race in Arizona, Kari Lake immediately went out there into the conservative media atmosphere, telling everybody that Mr. Richer is the one who gave us bad printers in Maricopa County, and then the ballots were all messed up, and then he stole the election from me. Which, of course, was completely untrue. None of that happened. But she repeated that lie so frequently that it definitely negatively impacted Mr. Richer's life, and he ended up filing a defamation lawsuit against her last year. But when Kari Lake decided she was going to run for the Senate, and she became the prevailing nominee, she didn't want this whole defamation lawsuit to kind of derail her campaign, right? I mean, that's going to make it look really bad if, while you're fighting for your political life, the public is constantly reminded about what a liar and a freak you are. So again, a couple months ago, I think it was March or April, she actually went ahead and conceded the liability, but the case still has to go to trial to determine the damages that she owes Mr. Richer. And that means the case is in the discovery phase. But according to the court itself, Kari Lake and her husband have decided to just not participate. They're not turning over the discovery documents that Richer and his legal team have been requesting for months, and the judge is starting to get a little pissed off, rightfully so. The judge said this: "The court directed the parties to narrow the issues with respect to document production. They have done the opposite. Instead of reasonably tailoring the request, plaintiff has expanded them. Instead of producing documents on subjects the court has already deemed relevant, defendant repeats unwarranted objections." So the judge is getting mad. But if you notice what I said there, he's actually getting mad at both sides. Because according to the judge and according to Kari Lake's lawyer, Mr. Richer is asking for things that he shouldn't be asking for. And to that I disagree. Mr. Richer and his legal team, of course, are trying to get their hands on all of these documents from Lake and the organizations that she worked with, her staffers, the nonprofit she started, to find out what they were saying about her media appearances and the lies that she was spreading. Because if they discussed this in text messages or emails or any other form of communication, that her lies were making her more popular, which they did, then that is going to increase the damages that Mr. Richer is owed. But Lake and her husband and their lawyers are arguing, no, some of these, it's just out of the scope, right? I mean, you can't have them. You're asking for too much stuff. And even the judge seems to be like, hey, you're asking for too much. No, he's not. Part of the defamation lawsuit process is proving not only that the other party was making these claims that they knew were false, you got to have the intent, you got to have all that, but the other part of it, and this is where more damages come in, is if you can prove that the other party was spreading these lies to basically enrich themselves. And that doesn't always mean financially enriching themselves. Nobody in this country would be talking about Kari Lake today, and she probably wouldn't be running for office today if she hadn't become a superstar spreading her lies following her 2022 election loss. So yes, I believe that Mr. Richer is 100% entitled to all of those documents, because if they've even got one where they talk about how popular she is becoming because of the lies, then I think Mr. Richer is in for a pretty big payday. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.